Lou, this is your first icebreaker speech. Well, sort of. Since we started in the New Pathways direction, it's given us a great opportunity to see, to revisit those icebreaker speeches and to see what we've learned, which actually loved the way that you began your speech. You talked about how your first icebreaker, you were behind the podium, you were nervous, your voice was waving. As you're saying that, I'm thinking to myself, you need to get out from behind that podium. And then you stepped out and said, well, I'm not going to do that now. And you started talking about the different things that you've learned. So I really liked that you learned to not use that podium as a crutch, to get out, step out, expose yourself, and feel like you're comfortable in talking up here in front of the group. So that's something that I really liked, and you really tied that in together. One of the things, your main topic for the speech was the things that you've learned here. And there were several times throughout that speech that I'm sitting there thinking to myself, yeah, I've seen that, yeah, I've experienced that. And every one of us here have seen and experienced lessons learned. So I thought you were really relatable, and it was really easy for the audience to stay engaged. Throughout the speech, you asked me to be looking at two things. One was your hand gestures, and the other was your vocal inflection and vocal tones. With your hand gestures, your hands were moving almost your entire speech, which at times I thought it really helped the speech, and it really gave emphasis to the points that you're talking. And other times it seemed like your hands were just moving. So at those points it was distracting a little bit, but for the most part, it really helped to build the speech up. So that would be a challenge for you for your next speech, is to be really aware of how your hands are moving and what you're wanting to convey with the hand movements that you're using at that particular time. With your vocal inflections, you had great vocal tone. You really spoke out to the group. Your voice moved up and down, which made it more interesting. The only thing that I thought that you could use some improvement on was the very end of your speech. You said thank you and shook the Toastmaster's hand and stepped away. Well, what I heard was a very low thank you, almost inaudible, and you were turning away at the same time. That was something that I thought with your thank you, it could have been a very loud thank you, a pause to let it sink in, and then turn and shake the Toastmaster's hand and leave the stage. So you did a great job. I was taking notes, thinking about things that I could be using for future speeches and lessons that maybe hadn't sunk in yet that you were conveying to the group. So wonderful job.